We want to share with you 6 ways to help you batch record your content without burning out. Not thinking about who's going to watch this and how many views am I going to get. Mindset.
Yes.
This is the biggest one.
I see this as 2 different things, but what can I have your take on it?
Well, I kind of want to hear yours first.
Oh, no.
What are the 2 different things?
Well,
You will get more comfortable as you go, and this won't be such a big issue. But starting off, this is a way to really make yourself feel comfortable. When did running a business start feeling like 2 full-time jobs?
you signed up to do what you love, but somehow you're also expected to be a full-blown content creator, editor, copywriter and social media guru. We get it. I'm Dave.
I'm Sarah. We actually make content for a living, but even we've been guilty of totally neglecting our social media.
That's why we started this podcast, to figure it out with you.
From filming tips on any budget, to quick hacks that stop content creation from eating your life, to real talk about the overwhelm and the inner work required to show up in a confident way on camera.
We're in the trenches with you. This is Unfluencers Anonymous.
Your survival guide to creating content without losing your sanity.
Let's do this together. G'day, how are you? How you fucking going?
How's it going?
How's it hanging today, Sarah?
So this is actual episode number 1. And we're going to talk about how to avoid burnout when you're batch recording. So
right now.
Dave's already falling asleep. That's a great sign.
This is going to be a good one.
David, focus. Here we go. So we know that it's going to save you a lot of time, and we do this ourselves. When you actually batch record your content, you pick a day, once a week, once a month, whatever it is that suits you for your needs, for how much content you're creating, but you film it all, or as much as you possibly can, in one session. That means that you're only setting up the space possibly once. You've only got to do your makeup for the ladies, for the gents who do your makeup. You've only got to do it once. You don't have to do it, every single day.
The only thing is, you might want to chuck a different shirt on.
Yeah, well, you just grab a little clothes rack, or if you're shooting at home, you've got your wardrobe there, and you just change your clothes for each different video. But the point is, if you can bulk or batch record your content, you don't even need to edit it that day, and I would highly recommend you don't, because you get a little bit tired after a full day of filming. But it is easy to burn out when you're doing it this way, if you're not doing it the right way, if you're sort of not setting yourself up for success. So we want to share with you 6 ways to help you batch record your content without burning out. And that's what this episode is all about. So, Davo, take us through number 1.
Okay, I just had a message come up on my computer, and I'm totally...
Still present?
Yeah, hello, number 1. No, number 1. I know what I'm
focus.
doing. Number 1, setting the space. It's like just making sure you've got, as you can see with me here, I've got this sort of background, and I'm cool with setting that space and leaving it like that. It doesn't look like that all the time, so there's a little bit of prep. But the good thing about it is, because we're batch recording, I can make the space and let it sit there for a day while we do all of these episodes. We're on our 3rd today, although we've probably done about 10. This is the 3rd official one.
There's only 3 that are going to see the light of day.
Yeah, exactly. So, I've set the space up at the back, and I've got the room I need, set the camera up. Once you do that, you're pretty right. The only thing that you need to remember, as we mentioned earlier, is in between the takes, is probably just change your shirt and something. So
yeah. Okay.
What other things are there with the space?
I'll add about 10,000 things to that.
Yeah.
So first of all, you can have one set, obviously, if that's your thing, or you can have different props that you're moving around for each different take, so that they're all looking different. I personally like to, when I think about setting the space, it's not just about the frame that's in the camera. It's about the actual physical space that you, the human, are in. So first of all, I like to light some incense, and I like to calm myself down and make it feel like I'm not in a scary space. It's already, for some people, it's scary being on camera. It's confronting, and it makes them feel way out of their comfort zone. So a little bit of incense, or some nice candles, or maybe a diffuser with some essential oils, just giving that nice scent around the room is going to help your nervous system relax a little bit, so you're bringing your best self forward when it comes time to film. Lighting is another big one for that. Obviously, you have your lighting for your actual shot, but while you're getting ready, maybe you're doing this at nighttime, maybe you're doing this first thing in the morning, but making sure you've got some nice, calming lighting, that it's not all overwhelming. And golden lights are my favorite. I've got two lights on me right now. I've got a ring light and I've got a little light over here, and both of them are gold. Actually, there's two at the back as well, and they're both gold as well. I just find that I like gold. For you, you might like red or blue, or you might find some cool gels. You could get some cellophane and put it over the top of a light and turn it into a purple or something like that.
Yeah, just make sure the light's not overly hot.
Good point. We've had, yeah.
Yeah, no. Are we going to, show people different ways of lighting at some point, or?
Yeah. So we'll be sharing. This is a lot of our Sydney Classic Reels that we share on Instagram. We're going to be sharing their sort of educational reels about behind the scenes of filming, and we're definitely going to be doing a lot more of those. We've actually already got a video up on our Instagram page about using gels or cellophane to light and turn your lights into different colors. But as Dave mentioned, we've had a few examples where we've had some really strong, hot light bulbs, and you put some cellophane on that and that burns pretty quickly.
And smells.
Yes, it's not ideal.
My friend did it. I never did it. No.
But another thing you can do is put some music on, put some calming music on, or maybe you like to listen to a podcast.
Yeah.
Maybe you want to listen to Unfluencers Anonymous. We're here for it. Whatever you need to do to calm yourself down and to make yourself feel like you're in a comfortable, safe space. Like, that's so important.
Yeah.
So that's...
Can I just go back a step to the lights? You said you like your lights gold. So obviously when you buy lights, not all of them change that. We call it the color temperature. So, some are warm. So the gold to you is like a warm, or you can have a really cold white sort of light. So I suppose if people are buying lights, that's something they need to be aware of.
Yeah. And I mean, I used to even go to proper lighting stores like Beacon, and they have these beautiful golden bulbs that they sell there. And I think they're sold at like reject shops and all sorts of things now.
Yeah.
So it's just a matter of asking for golden lights, and definitely the ones that turn the color temperature that changes, that's fantastic, but that might be a little bit more high end. But again, if you've got a lamp that is not running really hot, I sometimes put a scarf over that, like a really nice colored beige scarf or something, and it just dims that light, so it's not all so intense and in your face and putting that pressure on.
Please make sure you don't set the house on fire. But
I
was just thinking, a lot of the kiosks in the middle of the walkways in shopping centres these days they sell lights specifically for influencers or influencers.
Oh, absolutely. That's the thing. There's so much gear. And if you look online and, look at golden lights, golden hue, all of those different things, there's so many. We can definitely do more videos on these sorts of things, but we want to hear from you guys if that's something that you're interested in. So let us know in the comments if that's something you want to learn more about, then we will absolutely do a video that focuses just on that. Hey guys, thank you so much for tuning into this episode of Unfluencers Anonymous. Dave and I just wanted to take a quick second to remind you that you have access right now to a whole bunch of freebies that we have created for you that are going to help you start creating your content right away in a more aligned, easy, chill sort of way that isn't going to stress you out. So first up, we have a 30-minute masterclass. It's called Breaking Down the Blocks. And this is focusing on all of the most common blocks that people face when they go to press record on that camera. These are the things that make us freak out and decide, you know what, I don't actually want to do this today, and come up with all of these excuses that will avoid actually creating the content that you need to create for your business or your brand or your service or whatever it is that you're trying to put out into the world. Then what else have we got, Dave?
Well, we've got 30 universal content prompts, basically the things that give you ideas to get you started. So you're not overthinking things. You've got a prompt there to go, and away you go.
These universal prompts will work for any service, any business. They can be used for anything that you're trying to say, and it will just make the thinking process a little bit less while you're starting out.
Yeah. The next thing also we've got, also as a PDF, is the 3 core pillars identifier.
This one is such a big one. This is going to help you to identify what it is that your core values are when it comes to the message that you are sending out into the world. This is going to hone in your brand tone and message, and it's also going to start attracting the right kind of audience, the people that align with the same things that you believe in, that you're speaking to in particular. And this has just been such a game changer for us when we started to identify the main pillars that all of our content fall under.
That's right. But wait, there's more. We're also giving away a content repurposing flowchart. So basically what that means is showing you how many different ways you can use one piece of content, rehashing it.
And this one's such a huge one because it's going to save you time in filming. You're not going to have to film as often as you think you do if you are maximizing the use of that one piece of content. So this content repurposing flowchart is really, it's gold. We do this all the time.
Exactly. If it's saving you time, it's saving you money.
Yes, absolutely.
That was serious.
It just sounded so salesy.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, everyone. Thanks again for listening, for staying tuned, for being part of this Unfluencers Anonymous community. We've got you. You've got us. Let's keep chatting. Let's keep creating. And let's get back to the episode.
One team, one dream.
So number 1 was setting the space. What's number 2, David?
Number 2 is the mindset. Yeah.
Mindset.
Yes. Are you playing mind games with me right now?
Always. This is the biggest one.
What are you making?
About?
I see this as two different things, but like, what can I have your take on it?
Well, I kind of want to hear yours first.
Oh, no.
What are the two different things?
Well, I'm just making this up, right? No, I mean, one way is the mindset of being focused on the set, you know, knowing what you're going to say, having clear messaging. And the other is the mindset of being a boss, being a business owner. So,
I mean, I think it could be anything. Mindset, there's so many different ways you could look at it. But for me,
being in the right frame of mind.
Yes. Having a positive mindset, right frame of mind for your own mental health. It can be, again, we come back to how overwhelming this can be for some people. For some people, they absolutely hate being on camera and they're so aware that they have to do it for their business, to sell, to market, to spread their message, whatever that might be. And so if they're coming to that film, to that shoot with this mindset of, oh, I hate doing this. This is so crap. I'm so uncomfortable, this and that. We're going to feel that energy. No matter what you say or what you do, we're going to feel it as the viewer on the other side. So getting yourself into a light frame of mind and understanding the why behind why you're doing this, understanding the core reason you want to do this thing. Maybe your product, hopefully you've created if you have created a product, you really believe in it. So you want to be the advocate for it. So you want to be, cheerleading that product on videos. But if you're coming at it going, I believe in this product, but like I'm so nervous and stuff like that. So there are lots of different ways that you can gain a little bit more confidence, calm yourself down. Again, it's like setting the space. It's setting your mind. It's the same sort of idea. You're setting the physical space, making yourself calm down, feel safe and protected. And now you're going to work on your mindset and calming yourself down. And this is actually what our first freebie masterclass is all about. This is about breaking down all of the blocks that a lot of people face when they go to create social media content. And it all comes from the mind. Does that make sense? Yeah,
it does. It does. And it's got to be that balance too, because I know with me, the mindset is critical because I can't have it over, like I can't get in my own way by overthinking it. But I've also got to be calm enough to present and make sure. So it's a bit of an art form.
Yeah, absolutely. And there's, not thinking about who's going to watch this and how many views am I going to get and all of the outcomes, like being present. This is all about being in the moment and being the advocate for the thing that you are speaking about. And the more you believe in the thing that you are sharing, whether it's your services, the product, your own small business, maybe it's just a philosophy that you really believe in and you really want to share that message.
Yeah.
But really being what's the word? I can't think of the word, but the holder of that message, the caretaker that. There's a word, damn it. It's like a...
Caretaker?
No, it's something. Ambassador? No. Anyway, it'll come to me right when we stop recording, I'm sure. But anyway, that is number 2. And if you are feeling that one in particular, which I know a lot of us are, check out the freebie that we have for you. We've spent a lot of time really honing in on these blocks and breaking them all down. And then we've got some other supportive documents, some PDFs and some action plans for you to start getting on your way. So you're not feeling like you're alone in this process.
Yeah. The next thing is point number 4 is to break it down.
3.
So,
point number 3.
That's what I said. 3. Oops. That's what I said.
Yes.
1, 2, 3, 4.
Yes, exactly.
3.
So what is 3? What is 3?
3 is breaking it down. So chunk bite-sized pieces. Don't overwhelm yourself with it all. Don't bring it on and carry the world on your shoulder. Just make sure that you go, okay, well, this is what I need to do. And if you need to, if you're doing a batch filming of all of your content, it doesn't harm to have little notes. Doesn't harm to have a little schedule of what you need to do. And just go through it one at a time. And if you've got a lot to cover, just go through it one point at a time. Pause then if you have to, because you can still edit it later on. So the editing is where the magic happens.
Yeah, editing is a wonderful thing.
Yeah, just like this cut right now.
Yeah. Well, I was going to say, we're a perfect example. We have our dot points that we want to speak to. We've got them both on our screen. Because if we didn't have them in front of us, we'd be forgetting what the hell we're talking about. And Dave and I, knowing us, would go on a tangent about Lord knows what. And it would end up sidetracking. But this has just reminded me of a shoot that we were on last week or the week before, Dave, where we had someone who was a really confident guy. He was the CEO of a massive company. They're doing massive things. And as soon as the camera came onto him, he froze. And this is very common. This is not unusual. We're used to this. But the way that we deal with this is by doing exactly what we're saying. We broke it down into pieces. He wasn't comfortable delivering lines more than 2 sentences at a time. So Dave would come over to him with the script and he would get him familiar with the first sentence. And then Dave would step out of the shot and we'd get him to say that first sentence to the camera. And then we would plan to get some B-roll, some cutaway footage of other things that we could use over the second part of the script. So then Dave came back into the shot and got him to just read the second part of the script just off the page or the iPad that it was on, which took so much pressure off him. And then Dave would sort of cherry pick a few lines that he would get him to rehearse and then say to camera. And then again, editing is magic. In the edit, it looked so beautiful and smooth because we're just seeing those moments where he's really confident on camera.
Yeah.
And we got him to repeat that line maybe 3 or 4 times until he said it in a really confident way. And then all of the other lines, we've covered that with other footage. So that's always an option for you as well. If you've got B-roll footage, which is always a savior, always.
Totally. I mean, the thing is, even with some people, you just get them to say the first sentence, a sentence in the middle, and a sentence at the end. So the intro
to the camera,
key message, and an outro just to the camera, those 3 things. And the other 3 or 4 paragraphs, depending on how long it is, just read it straight off an iPad or piece of paper or your phone or whatever. Just a little thing on that, and we'll get into the technical stuff at a different time. But just for continuity as well, I noticed when we did that shoot that Sarah was talking about, when he was reading the stuff off the iPad, we had to ensure that he kept his head up. So, because most people will grab, your iPhone or whatever and look down like this. And so your voice is projecting in a different direction as to where it would be if you're talking to the camera. So just for continuity, just keep that in mind. Not trying to overwhelm you. These are little tips and tricks we'll learn later as we begin to flesh out all these little things.
Yeah, but it's definitely a good one because even in that instance, he did look down a couple of times, and while I was editing, I could very distinctly hear the difference. And then I had to do a lot of work in post to make the audio sound like he still had his head up. So yeah, it's definitely a good tip. It also depends on what mic. If you're just using your phone, you don't have to worry about it. But if you're using a lapel mic that's attached to your collar or your shirt in some way, then that would make a big difference depending where your head is.
Yeah.
Yeah. So
point number 4, is it 4 now?
Wait, no, it's 4's turn. Yes. I am a huge fan of this one. This has saved me. It's set up everything in advance. Try to avoid wherever you can. Obviously, if you've hired a space and you've only got it for a limited time, then you need to do everything in that limited time. But for most of us, we're filming at home, or we're doing something at a friend's house or at our factory or our warehouse or our work office, set everything up the day before. Set it up so you've tested it, you've made sure that all of the lighting's going to work, you're happy with the background, you've tested what your outfit looks like on camera, maybe even test your makeup. Do all of the testing before the actual shoot day. The amount of times I've tried to jump on one of my podcast episodes for my other podcast and I haven't done the testing the day before. I haven't set it up. I've set it up, half an hour or an hour before the actual shoot time. And you think, oh, I've got so much time. And then one little thing goes wrong. And then another. And then you've got to get a different cable. And then your lighting's going haywire. And then suddenly your battery that was full last night isn't full anymore. And the point is, you're then so stressed when you're on camera. So you want to help yourself, set yourself up for success, love your future self by doing it in advance. And then on the shoot day, when the time comes, you just rock up, press record and go for it.
Yeah, and you never know what's going to pop up time-wise on the day. So, example, while we've been on this podcast, I've got a shoot schedule for tomorrow that's just been brought forward. So any prep work that I was banking on doing prior to the shoot now has to be brought forward. So, yeah, you can get caught out like that. And sometimes with us professionally, shoots can get totally rescheduled. But look, it's not about that. It's more about you. And you do feel more comfortable and relaxed and casual about it. There's nothing worse than, when you're invited to a wedding and you show up at the church as the bride's walking into the church yourself. So you want to get there beforehand, get your seat, get ready for the show, and yeah. Is that okay?
It's fantastic. So we're on to number 5. What's number 5, Dave?
5 is getting a friend. So the friend will, keep your energy levels up, someone to chat to, someone to bounce ideas off. Can I just say one thing on that? And I love my family. It's not always good to get your family to give you feedback because they know you.
Absolutely.
Friends do as well, but sometimes families can be a bit more brutal with your feedback and constructive criticism.
Absolutely.
So I think it's best to get others to... If you look, I love my family. I love you.
No, we know you do.
You know where I'm coming from.
I love your family too. They're freaking awesome. But I definitely agree with that. And that's actually something that we talk about in the masterclass freebie that we've done for everyone who feels like they want it, because that's actually a massive point. When you start sharing a lot more content and start shining a little bit brighter and being a little bit louder and being more present and being seen, it can actually trigger a lot of people in your family and your close circles. And they don't they don't mean to be negative about it, but you're sort of breaking out of this comfort zone that you've all been living in, and they're not necessarily breaking out of that. So no matter what you do, it's not going to feel good for them in most cases. And so if you're looking for feedback from people who are already feeling uncomfortable about the fact that you've just, stepped up and you're shining a bit brighter than everyone, there's, it's like the tall poppy syndrome sort of thing. And again, a lot of this is subconscious. It's not like anyone's maliciously trying to pull you down, but the inherent nature of people will sort of go, well, you're triggering me. You're reminding me that I'm still in my comfort zone and I'm not doing the things I want to do. And I'm seeing you shining and having such a great time. Like, it's making me feel uncomfortable. So you can actually get a lot of negative feedback if you're trying to seek it from those people.
Yeah.
I think, it's definitely... a case for asking your audience to give you feedback if you're looking for that, and you find out who your audience is as you go. You probably are going to start with one idea of who you think you're going to attract, and you might attract a completely different demographic of people that you were like, I can't believe these people are interested in what I'm saying. Like, I thought it was for this group over here, but it's actually for these people.
Yeah, especially with your audience of, children between 4 and 10.
Yes, exactly. Well, that's what I work with every day. So,
You got me. Good one. You got me. No, I do love that. And I do love the fact that it's okay to have a different opinion, especially as in families. I love families where everyone is has a different idea on things, but they don't fight about it. They embrace it. They listen to each other and they learn from it. So, saying no is okay, and disagreeing with someone is okay. Doesn't mean we're enemies.
Yeah, absolutely. Just be you. Be real.
Poignant moment.
You're funny. There's so many things I could say. I'm not going to say them. Okay, last one. What is the last one? It's actually a really fun one.
Last one's the reward. It's like
Yes.
you've worked hard, you've sort of done this great job. Even if you haven't done a great job, it will be a great job.
Yeah. You
But
still
you've
got
done
out
the
of your comfort zone.
yeah, you've done the best you can, and yeah, and that's the thing. There's no losses or there's no losers. It's win-win with this sort of stuff. So, yeah, it is that reward at the end of the day. As a matter of fact, I feel like one right now.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, but try and make it healthy if you can.
Yeah. But it doesn't have to be food either. It could be,
Oh,
it could
oh,
be, you know what I mean? It
yeah,
could
I'm
be,
listening. I'm listening.
it could just be going for a walk in nature. It could be going out to a movie. It could be going out with a friend. It could be anything. It could be an experience that you've not been doing for a while. But, it doesn't have to be this huge extravagant thing. It's just something that you like to do that you can look forward to, so that when you're really pushing up against yourself throughout the filming process, you go, nah, it's okay. 2 hours from now, I'm going to be chilling doing that thing that I
Yeah,
love doing. And yeah, and it just keeps you motivated.
yeah, like walking in nature and having a cacao and all that really fun stuff.
That Dave never does.
Sarah,
Well, I don't drink a cacao out in nature. That's so random. But we'll do the
oh,
two things in isolation for sure.
yeah. Buy some new guitar strings.
Yes.
That's a reward.
You look like someone has painted a smile on you and you can't take it off. You're like,
I am really
I am
happy.
enjoying this.
I'm enjoying
I
this.
am really wanting to be here.
Yeah. But can I just say, these are tips and everyone finds their own groove. So these are just some ideas that work for us.
100%.
May or may not work for you. I'm sure it will. It
Yeah.
better. But yeah, it's just
Take
these are
what
just
works and
yeah,
leave
exactly.
what doesn't. Of
Exactly.
course.
And mold, if you see something there, that where we've gone create your own space. Hey, only you know the space that works for you.
Yeah, exactly.
We're all different, and
We are.
that's what I love.
Absolutely. Let's do a little recap for anyone who has already,
Yep,
who has a goldfish memory like I do,
yep,
who has maybe forgotten number one,
yep.
two, and three
Let's
already. So number
bust
one,
let's bust some kneecaps.
let's, okay, number one,
Oh,
bust some
recap.
kneecaps.
Sorry,
Yes, there's the dad joke. That was a sneaky one. Just let it
long,
in there.
longer.
Okay. So, number one, set the space however the hell you want to,
I
however
like
feels good
incense.
to you. I do love
Incense.
incense as
Yeah,
well.
yeah.
And music for me is a big one. Music calms me down. And if I'm really stressed, I can take that music and I can dance a little bit and shake out all the nerves. Number two is
Mindset, mindset,
mindset.
mindset. You had to check, didn't you? You thought I forgot. Huh?
Just wanted to see where your mind was at.
You
Number
thought I
three.
forgot, Sandy. Got a
Yeah.
really good memory.
Number trois.
Number three, three.
Yes, sorry.
Break it
Is,
down into chunkies, little
yeah, break it
bite-sized
down.
pieces. Don't eat the. Sorry, see, it's
Yeah, it's
food.
all food related.
All food. Don't get overwhelmed and eat the whole pie. Just have a little bit.
Yes. So this is in reference to filming bit by bit. If you feel a bit overwhelmed by the full script, just do the intro,
Is that what it was?
read a little bit of the script, do a little bit in the middle to camera, and then use a lot of B-roll to cover the parts that you're not comfortable with. You will get more comfortable as you go, and this won't be such a big issue. But starting off, this is a way to really make yourself feel comfortable and not
Yep.
overwhelmed.
Yep.
And what is number four?
It's preparation. Set everything up in advance. Be
Yes.
prepared, Boy Scouts. And what's the
Yes.
saying?
If you
If you
plan to
fail
fail
to
to plan,
prepare,
yeah,
plan.
fail to plan, you plan to fail.
Oh, I thought it was fail to prepare. You prepare to fail.
It possibly is both.
Probably some movie I
I
watched once.
think we can get away with either one, you know?
Okay.
You know?
Yeah.
Okay, I'll take that.
Okay.
Okay, done.
Get a friend. Next one, number 5. Get a
Get a
friend.
friend.
Get a
Go
friend.
find one.
Look at us, how energetic we are because we're bouncing off each other. Sarah, it looks like when she turns sideways, I'm talking to the audience now, it looks like she's wearing a bike stack hat thing.
Oh my gosh, it does.
Yeah.
Or like a baseball cap, like helmet,
Oh, yeah.
because I got the hat as well. Anyway, cool story. And number 6 is Give yourself a reward to look forward to, something that you can enjoy after you have done all of this batch content creation work. And you know, how good is it going to feel after that day or that half day or however long it takes you? You know that for the next month or so, all of your filming's done.
It doesn't have to be food.
It doesn't have to be food, okay? David, he's upset now.
Oh, well,
Doesn't-
I'm going to go.
Doesn't want to
on
be
that
involved anymore.
Honestly, thanks for tuning in to Influencers Anonymous. Remember, you don't have to, you don't have to be an influencer to influence. Did I get really loud then?
So we're working on our outro,
Yeah,
everyone.
help us out, guys.
Yeah.
Help us out.
How about you tell us what you want to hear at the end of these things?
Me or
Because
the
no, not you. No. Someone else would be great to tell us.
you know, like there's all these classics like, thanks for tuning in, say hello to your mum. Or thanks for tuning in, or thanks for...
Let's go get a feed.
It's time for you to get off the bus, but I'll be here next time to pick you up at this time, so don't be late, and all that sort of stuff.
Yeah, so we're hashing it out. This is only episode number 1. We'll see.
Yeah, it's been
Maybe
a really
we'll...
interesting one, hasn't it?
Yes. It's good, but I do hope that you guys have gotten something out of this. Like Dave said, take what resonates, leave what doesn't, and you will find your own flow. And any questions you have at all or anything that you want us to dive deeper into, please let us know. Yeah. And check out the freebie if you want to start working on your mindset and your mental health before you jump in front of the camera. Totally get that. We've all been there. That's a big one.
Keep showing up. We'll be right here to do it with you.
Heck yeah. Love it. Good work, Dave. That was a nice one.
Yeah, right. Thank you very much.
Influencers Anonymous, out. Out.
Just watch the...
Out.
You just put an accent in there, and I think we're going to get
Did I?
kiboshed.
Influencers Anonymous, out.
Yeah, see? She's so...
That's my language. My
Okay.
accent. My accent.
It's Dutch, yeah.
Influencers Anonymous. What is... You're just... Oh, have you had some cookies today? Some
Yeah,
special cookies?
I hope you have picked up a few helpful hints from this episode.
All right, we got to let them go. Poor listeners. We love you. Thanks for sticking with us. Goodbye now. Goodbye.